This is the episode about the Great White North and the wonderful vehicles that they produce. The same vehicles they produce here.
Actually, most of them are produced here. They go there and just come back.
Got me.
That's going to be interesting with tariffs. If it crosses
I know.
the border multiple times.
It is weird, and I was talking to somebody about that. I was like, but it's made here, but the moment it leaves here and then comes back, there's still a tariff? Yes, that's what I was told.
We'll see how it shakes out. But yeah, today we're talking about, is it a good deal to buy a Canadian import?
Canadian import,
And-
not to be confused when we say import.
Yeah, not like, hey, a Honda's an import because it comes from Japan. No, we're talking about used cars that are, were sold new in Canada and have now come back over here to be sold as used cars as an imported vehicle. Is it a good deal?
The answer is if it's from us,
we've
yes.
had that question for years. I would say right out of the gate, maybe not. I've seen a lot of imports that are terrible
What?
deals. Let's go over a few examples of those, right?
What? Yeah, absolutely. Some vehicles you want to be really careful of when they're an import are the ones that may have been driving on a slippery road that required a considerable amount of the chemical compound that they
Sal.
But
Sal.
they use that other stuff too now, like not just salt. It's like a
Oh yeah.
See,
I'm a desert rat, so I don't know anything about that stuff.
it will digest a submarine, sir.
But we're talking about rust.
We're talking about rust. That's where
Yeah.
we're gonna go, and
So-
not like the cute rust from Tow Mater,
and
like
it's not
ugly rust.
like Tow Mater. Check it out, the Tow. Just like buying a vehicle from, the Northeast. I mean, Canada is a wet,
Super
snowy, salt-ridden
many
road
snows.
climate. So you've got to be really aware of rust. Now, if you're buying a year-old car, probably not a big deal.
Probably not.
But if you're buying a 5 to 10-year-old car,
You better
you
check
really
it
need
out.
to check that out
But
because
wait, those are
sometimes the
aluminum.
rust is bad. Well, yes, let's talk about that. The body's aluminum.
What do you mean?
But everything underneath, your brake calipers and all the bolts and all that stuff that,
You mean how the vehicles operate
how it operates, how it actually moves.
keeps you safe?
So rust is a big one. That's probably my number one thing to look out for is rust.
And it will literally eat away at the inside of those vehicles and your soul
Yeah, pretty much.
if you paid for it. So don't pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, minor rust, no big deal. There's products you can, spray on it to stop it in its tracks. That's normal for every car, but we're talking major rust.
Like-
and we've seen some
Like
that have come from the
crazy.
auction or trades that were just like, whoa.
Oh,
Like if you try to
no.
bolt to take a caliper off, it's just gonna fall off. Like it's not gonna work.
Or the best one is when you go to like touch like a fender wall or something.
Yeah, and your
it
finger just goes right through it.
and you're just like, wow, who bought this?
Yeah. So watch out for rust. That's the
Yes.
number one thing.
Rusty dusty.
What else would you have to watch out for? Oh, warranty. Warranty's
Warranty's
a
a
big
big
one.
one. It's
Not
manufacturer.
everybody transfers.
You got to know what you're talking about. You got to know what you're buying.
Yeah, as far as I know right now, and I know this could change at a moment's notice, but I think we discovered Ford and all GM products, Chevy, Cadillac, they all transfer just fine. But like CDRJ products don't. So Dodge,
No.
Ram, Jeep, that kind of stuff, no warranty in the U.S. So you need to buy an extended warranty if you want coverage.
And some of those.
And that could be a lot. I mean, that could be $5-6 for a good extended warranty.
Yeah, it could,
So-
and maybe more. I don't know. And then
Yeah.
like, are you gonna buy a 24, 23, $70,000, $80,000 Dodge or Jeep
Right.
product and not,
and not have
want
a warranty? Yeah, it could be crazy. Now, if it's a 50 or 60,000 mile 5-year-old car, well, it's out of warranty anyway, so it doesn't
Yeah.
matter at that point. But you're right. If it's the newer it is, the more exposure you may have with lack of warranty. So be aware of that. You need to call and see if it has warranty. And if not, you need to see if the dealer will give you one or you'll need to buy one. But
Do we have warranties for imports?
we do. So
That's right.
we don't typically stock cars that don't have warranties because
That's
it's just
right.
not worth it. But yes, we have warranties available and we have extended warranties available for everything. So
That's right.
Yeah.
Times two.
times two.
How long have we been doing imports? I feel like I remember the day we started doing imports, and it was like, I really feel like, doing these
It was
episodes.
like a day. Like it was like one day there was all of a sudden Canadian imports at auction, but like
Whoa.
before that it was like onesies, twosies. It was probably somewhere around like 2015 or 16 is when it started.
Yeah, and I just feel like nobody else was doing it though. Like it was really.
Yeah.
I kind of.
And now
like that's what we
everybody
do.
does
Yeah.
it. Now it's every freaking person has imports. in
Dare
their
I
lot.
say that Mark Auto Group is always on the front line of change.
The
and
cutting
growth.
edge.
The cutting edge.
So typically what we
Razor
stock.
edge.
What's like a typical car that we would see that we would get in on trade or buy at
F-150.
the auction? Yeah.
F-150.
Usually it's Ford trucks, Chevy trucks.
150s.
That's
I just love
that's
saying
the
that.
most common thing. I mean, you could buy anything you want. I mean, there's Highline cars, there's like Nissans, Toyotas. I mean, there's every car you could think of. There's probably 1 million used cars a year that are imported back into the U.S. sold as used cars.
Seriously.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
But beware of rust, beware of the warranty, and other than that, if it's rust free, and if it's car like an F-150 that still has a warranty, should you be scared of it?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
Especially if you buy it from Mark
Do
Auto
they
Group.
bring less at the auction? No.
No, not
Do
really.
they bring less on trade? No.
Not here.
No. Not if they're good. Not if they're,
And
rust-free
ours are
stuff.
great. Sorry, a shameless plug. I know we're doing the
That's
podcast,
okay.
but I can't help it. Guys,
We do stock them. We stock, I don't know, 40 or 50 at a time, I guess.
that's right.
It varies, and probably, I don't know, a quarter of those are taken on trade. The rest we acquired at auctions.
And they're great. They don't do anything weird or nothing. It's been good. None of our customers have complained about them. Everything is operating smoothly. If it didn't, we wouldn't have them.
Yep. So
Yeah.
that's the answer. Short and sweet. Are
Short
imports a
and
good
sweet.
deal? It depends.
Are you buying?
Depends
it from
on the
Mark Auto Group?
car.
Oh, sorry.
It depends on the car, depends on the condition, depends on the warranty, depends on who you're buying it from. It depends on their reconditioning process. Yeah, it could be a great value, or just a better selection, or it could be a turd.
Turd burglar.
Yeah.
So avoid
it's up to
the
you.
turd.
Up
And
to you to investigate.
I was trying to come up with a cool rhyme.
Turd
but,
with turd.
avoid the turd. What you heard. Don't get the bird. All right, whatever. Anyways, guys, come down and see us. In the meantime, if you like what you hear, like what you see, go ahead and
Subscribe, share,
share it,
and send
Share
some
it.
comments. Ask some questions.
Ask me a question.
We'd love to do some episodes on what you want to know.
I would love a audience-driven episode that literally the top 5, top 10 talking points, they have to be, safe for work, guys. So nothing crazy. That would be awesome.
It'd be fun.
It would be a lot of
can do
fun.
that.
Let's do it. I need you to comment. I need you to like, subscribe, and share. Subscribe and share. And shop at Mark Auto Group only if you're looking for new or pre-owned cars.
Perfecto.
Bye.